Hello everyone. This lecture is on soil health. The soil health is essential for the living species, especially the flora and fauna that were present in the soil. For their growth, it is essential for the it depends on the healthy soil, that is the nutrient balances or the water holding capacity of the soil and the other factors that are essential for their life supporting system. So the soil health uh, is measured through the capacity of the soil to function as a vital living system, which sustains the plant, animals, or the human beings. And these includes the productivity, environmental quality, or the biological integrity. And the good soil health is usually indicated through the good organic matter that was present in the soil, and also the soil structure, especially the aggregation of the soil and the nutrient substances present in it, and the biodiversity, that is the different microbial community present in it, or the fauna, earthworms, nematodes that were present in it, and the rhizophore area, especially the living root systems and the waste management, that are the common factors that were present in the good soil health. And these soil health depends on different factors, that is the components that were present in the soil, and that was again classified into physical, chemical, and biological properties of the soil. If you consider the physical properties, it is again categorized into texture, structure, porosity, and aeration of the soil, bulk density, water holding capacity of the soil, and the infiltration of the soil. If you consider the structure, based on the structure only, one can determine the soil's nutrient retention capability or the water holding capacity, and also the drainage of the soil, where based on the structure. If you considered the sand, silt, or the clay, these soils are different types of soil and have their different texture. So if you consider the sand, it has the good water retention capability, whereas the clay here, sorry, this one is the good drainage and the poor nutrient system. Uh, the sand is having the good drainage as well as the good nutrient capabilities, and the slit having the moderate level, whereas the clay that is having the aeration system is very very poor, since the soil structure that is of highly compacted in nature. So here it is poor aeration, but the nutrient that were very good or high level in the clay soil. So based on the texture of the different soil structure, it water retention capability, drainage, all were varied. If you come to the structure of the soil, the structure again, the aggregation part of the soil. If you considered the soil aggregation part, that is due to the physical factors that causes the binding of soil particle, thereby the soil is aggregated and prevents from soil erosion, and improves the water holding capability. So the good stable pore spaces in the structure, having the good water retention, good aeration, and the microbial activity too. So this all depends on the structure. If you come to the and based on the structures, again it was classified into granular. Usually the aggregated forms, we call it as the crumpy one, is very granular thing, and the block or the platyform. The platyform is the very poor structure of the soil. And now coming to the porosity and the aeration, here the pore spaces that allows the air as well as the water movement in the soil. Again, this one is classified into macropores and the micropores. Macro pores were based on macro pores are the larger pores in which the water is easily drainable and the air movement is very good. If you consider the micro pores, it is usually for the water retention or the water holding capability of the plant root system. And the next physical component is the bulk density. In the bulk density, it is an indicator of compaction, and this bulk density is measured through the mass of soil per unit volume. And this bulk density, if the bulk density value is higher, then the root penetration is uh, very minimum, since due to the compaction, it is difficult to the plant root system to penetrate into the soil system, thereby the observed nutrient as well as the water through the plant are affected, and the crop growth is also indicated. So for the healthy soil, the bulk density value needs to be low.